So, doing this for my personal account because I think some of you guys that don't follow my business page might find this interesting. So, we'll give it a couple minutes, maybe a minute, and let some of y'all jump on if you decide to. If you don't, then you don't. Okay. So, what I'm about to do is pull eggs from this female over here. Remove this. I was not expecting to do this today, but she laid early. She's about 4 days early. This is my female LEMONGLOW. I'm very, very, very excited about this clutch. I have a very good chance of producing what's called a leucistic reticulated python in this clutch, and I am absolutely stoked about it. So, got everything set up. You can't see some of the stuff over here. I've got tubs with perlite in it that I've had in the incubator getting warm, and yeah, I'm gonna pull these eggs from this female. She usually is not too bad. She's usually pretty friendly, but we'll see how she does with this ordeal. Retics are known for not being friendly when it comes to pulling their eggs from them. So we're gonna see how this goes. If y'all ever wanted to see me get bit in a video, this is probably the best time to ever see me get bit. So, let's see how she does. Yeah, I know. I know it. Come on. You gotta come off that thing. Come on. So, she's pretty tired, and so this shouldn't be too much of a struggle, actually. Fortunately for me. And I don't know when she started laying these, because, oh, there we go. Into some nice warm water. Okay. So that was the easy part. Actually, normally the hard part, but that actually ended up being pretty easy. So, now we gotta get the eggs out of here. So I've got a couple tubs over here. I said that at the beginning of the video. Full of perlite is what we call it. So there you go. That's what we're full of. And we're gonna put all these eggs into those tubs. So this is how they come out. They all stick together. In the wild, they would all stay just like this to help them stay together. So there's a couple slugs in here. So like this little guy and this little guy, it's what we call a slug. More than likely, those won't turn out, or I mean, slugs never turn out. But overall, pretty good pile of eggs. So I'm gonna start pulling these out and getting them into the perlite. And so the biggest thing when you pull eggs is you've got to keep them the way that they're setting. You can't rotate them, otherwise you end up killing that embryo. So that can obviously be another tricky part of it. So flip this back around, and we're gonna get these eggs out of here. I'm gonna pull these single ones first. So I do that and keep them, and then I put a little mark on the top of it so that I know how it was when it was setting up. And I actually number them on the top so that I know exactly how many eggs and what eggs are what. So get this dug out over here. And if any of you guys have ever watched or looked at my business page, Wildfire Retics, you know that, from pictures, that we stack these all in here nice and tight, and then put them in the incubator. So this is pretty stuck together, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if you can see the coloration yet. You can on the camera. So you see how there's very little white, it's really yellow. This is what we call a slug. So this egg, just, there's no viability to it. So this will be monitor food, because we recycle pretty much everything around here. So that guy's just gonna sit right there. And this one, yeah, that's the same thing. Another slug. So one, you can see the size difference. See how that is right there. Like, so that's part of why we know that's just not a good egg. And so the eggs literally stick together. And I'll show you here in a second how that kind of works. I just want to make sure I don't have any stragglers. Yeah, see? Like, I've still got some loose ones in here. And if I pick them all up, then the stragglers are going to get dropped, and that is not a good thing. So, see what I mean? They're literally stuck together like that. So, take and set that there. And 6. So we're on 6 eggs, or actually this makes number 7 right here. So I think there's around 20 something in there. That's kind of my, I thought she had more than that in her, but she had some pretty good sized eggs here. So we'll see what ends up being. Pull some perlite out of here. So we got this. Who's commenting? Ah, Walt, right on, bro. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, man. Straggler, getting close to being able to pick up this entire bunch that's in there, and move them. So, number 9. This is the whole bunch of them. See? So they're literally all stuck together. So, set these down here, and I think there might be one more slug in there, I'm not sure. But, so literally, move this over and pull this back a little bit so you guys can kind of see. So they literally are stuck together. And so snake eggs are actually soft. They're not hard like most eggs. They're like leather, literally. So they're stuck together right there, so you guys can see that. So that's number 10. And again, they do that because in the wild, when they lay them down in a burrow, this way they're all together, and they help self-regulate the temperature and everything else. So let's move this guy, and there we go. Number 11. And so there's another slug, unfortunately. So that makes 3 slugs. So, and all that means is that either the egg just didn't get properly fertilized, or it just wasn't a good cell. Just there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong with that. So. 13. I'm gonna move this camera down a little bit so you guys can see better. There we go. So we're up to 14 eggs so far in this clutch. Obviously there's a lot more there. So I might get the 30 that I was thinking I was gonna get. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So I guess we're gonna see here in a minute. All right. So just another one. So there's 15. So what I'll do is I'll give these a few days. So these are always a tricky one because the way it's sitting. So I need to keep it so it's upright like that, and the natural inclination, obviously, when I pull it is to kind of like roll it over. So I'm gonna roll it like this to keep it upright, and yeah. So that's number 16. And let's see about getting this guy off here. Oh, got 2 that time. So you can see they kind of literally peel off of each other. That's not paper or anything, that's literally the egg skin. So 17 and 18. And again, this one is the way it's sitting. Come on. There we go. 19. Well, we're definitely going to need 2 containers, so that's good. 20. So I usually get about 21 eggs per container. I can get a couple more if I really squeeze them in, but I try not to do that. In this instance, I'm gonna definitely get another container. So that's 21. And so that container is wrapped. Literally, I'll show you guys here in a second what that looks like. Gotta clear a little perlite out of here, a little too much. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Switch. So this is how it looks. I bury my eggs. A lot of guys put them on light diffusers and keep them out of the perlite. I don't do that. This is the method I was taught, and it works really, really well. So far, it has for me at least. Thank you, Paul Lucas, for your guidance on this. So that tub is wrapped, and we got a few more to go. So switch this back around, and I need to get some perlite actually out of this tub. So give me a second. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so these, since there's only a few of them, these I'm just gonna put like mainly in the center because I do not mix clutches of eggs ever, because then you don't know what the hell you don't know what the hell you got at that point. So this will be kind of a wasted tub. If I need to, I'll move these into a different tub at a different point in time. So again, so this one's super interesting because it's sitting like this. So I'm gonna keep it kind of upright like this and set it down in the perlite, kind of almost upright. And this is why, so some guys will literally take their eggs and set them into the container just like this. Like they won't move them around at all to keep them stable. Again, I don't really believe in that. So that's number 23. There's number 24. Or actually, so this is 25 right here. And 26. What's that? What'd you say, Walt? So would they normally bury them in the wild? So Walt, they would, in the wild, they would be down in a burrow more than likely, where the temperature again is more self-regulating in the ground. So would they be like buried? Technically, yes, but not like the female wouldn't. It's not like a gator where they dig a mound and then bury them. So that's another slug. So we're at 4 slugs. Oh, now this is where it gets really tricky because the way these are sitting, I don't want to rotate them. I don't want them to come off. So 27. 28. 29 and 30. So literally exactly 30 good eggs. So she laid 34, and 30 of them, at least for now, are viable. So that is definitely a good clutch. I can't be upset with that at all. You know, it's good odds. Certainly, you always wish that all the eggs would make it, but it just doesn't happen. So, like I said, we'll recycle these. These will be monitor food, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Definitely impromptu. Didn't expect to be doing this tonight, but there it is. There's a live egg pulling. So hope everybody's having an awesome night. Take care.